My assumption is that it's a young couple. So they might not feel safe around each other emotionally or otherwise. Also, there might be conversations of trust. Now, there's a scripture that says in Genesis chapter 2, verses 25, and it says, Adam and his wife, they were both naked and not ashamed. They were both naked and not ashamed. If we're going to break down that scripture, they were both naked and unashamed. The verse that came before that talked about the fact that a man, and so therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and cling to his wife. It means that there is absolute focus in the context of marriage. Absolute focus. That is how we should approach marriage. It says, and they were both naked and unashamed. Now, definitely you're not always going to be naked in your house as a couple because you're married. It's not as if you'll be walking around the house naked. No, that is not really the case. But it's advised if you're newlyweds, so you can spend time naked, you can do all of that. But that is not what the scripture is saying. I'm sure it is a state of the mind. It is a state, the posture of your heart towards one another. So what does being naked and unashamed have to do with the fact that it says, how can we build emotional safety between us? Now, in the past, what can take emotional safety away is judgment. Like when you judge one another, when you weaponize what you know about each other against each other, when you bring about shame. So, for instance, maybe your wife tells you, before I met you, I had dated 6 people, right? Before I met you, before we got married, before I even met you at all, I had dated 6 people. And you made her feel like a filthy person because of the fact that she was able to tell you about her past. No, already that emotional safety is already being severed little by little because you made her not feel good, or you made her feel less of who she's meant to be, by your reaction. You might actually not utter a word, but your expression shows what you actually think of her after she has given you that information she just gave you. So they were both naked and unashamed. It means they were both open and transparent with each other. And the other person does not create a sense of shame based on the nakedness, that the other person has, involved them with. So, what will I say? Remove shame from your marriage. And how do you remove shame from your marriage? Don't weaponize what you know about each other against yourselves, especially when you're having a misunderstanding or an argument. And also, don't let matters escalate. Don't say, is that not how you talk to your mother? Is that not how you talk to your brother? No, don't use what you know about them against them just so you can win an argument or you can make a point. Don't do that. So by doing that, by taking your spouse for who they really are, by accepting what they have told you, right? And by cleansing yourself, because some things are actually heavier, by cleansing yourself of the things you know about your spouse, and by seeing them with the eyes of God, it will help you not to judge them. And by not judging them, it is going to make your spouse not feel a sense of shame and less of themselves whenever they have, to communicate with you. And lastly, once shame is out of the way, you will now be a safe space for your spouse. And especially for women, there will be no need for them to confide in other friends for them to feel, a sense of safety. No, they will now confide in you. So the husband can confide in the wife can confide in the husband because they feel like this is a safe haven for me. I can come here and not feel a sense of shame and guilt. But once there's a sense of shame and guilt, you cannot achieve that emotional safety that you crave. God bless you, and I'll see you at the top.